Saltburn is Call Me By Your Name meets The Talented Mr. Ripley meets Harry Potter. The story is struggling to find his place at Oxford University. Student Oliver Quick finds himself drawn into the world of the charming and aristocratic Felix Catton, who invites him to the Saltburn, his eccentric family's sprawling estate, for a summer never to be forgotten. So on a personal note, when I moved to the UK from Sweden to study architecture, this is the type of parties I was expecting at Saltburn. Being the alien, feeling excluded culturally and historically. The outsider who is unsure if it's better if I should do everything in my power to integrate, or if my uniqueness, my foreignness, my weirdness, if you like, is better. These types of themes are universal and even eternal. Belonging or standing out. However, Saltburn adds another layer to this, like the talented Mr. Ripley. Like Matt Damon's Mr. Ripley, Barry Keoghan's Oliver sees an opportunity for social climbing. The posh Felix sees Oliver as his new toy and seems to take in Oliver's story about a broken home with a mother with addiction problems and a dad who passes away. Slowly, Oliver is charming his way into the family and uses his awkwardness as his weapon. Speaking of the cast, I think Barry Keoghan is amazing as always. I think his acting is improving drastically with every role. Considering the fact that he is set to play the Joker in the next Batman film by Matt Reeves, I think there's an obvious reference to this in this film, when he sinks himself down into the bath with his lips pulsating, red with blood, especially as we don't see his eyes, just his mouth. Jacob Elordi is perfectly cast. I'm glad to see how he's trying out various roles after Euphoria, as Elvis in Priscilla and as privileged, good-looking posh boy in this film. I'm wondering if he will ever get a low-status acting role. But yeah, who cares? He works perfectly as a caricature. Rosamund Pike and Richard E. Grant are also perfect as parodies of the typical posh parent. The film invites you in through its premise and then locks you there. The film puts its hands on your shoulders. However, with that premise and this director, I expected a firmer grip. Maybe even nails digging into my skin. It's the classic dynamic of premise and delivery, and I'm not sure if Saltburn brings it home. I think the premise should invoke more sinister developments. Yes, I know it ends in a very sinister way, but to me it's so late in the narrative, it feels like a panic solution, almost like a last-minute rewrite. To me, the film is not as clever as it thinks it is. The tone and driving forces of this film are so different to Emerald Fennell's previous film, Promising Young Woman. I was expecting a harsher social critique and more exciting script solutions. As it stands now, I'm not sure what type of director she is or wants to be, but I'm excited for her next film. In general, I think the script lacked development of the plot and the characters. For instance, there was serious potential for the Farley character to be more nefarious and sinister, to be a real obstacle for Oliver. Throughout the film, the characters are reading Harry Potter books. The film is set in 2006, and I get that it's a clear signifier for people that age at that time. But it's to me also a clear indicator for the themes in the film. The idea of muggles and wizards can be applied here. A lonely boy not fitting in and suddenly feeling powerful when he gets the golden ticket. The golden ticket to enter a magical, exclusive world. The film is shot in gorgeous Academy ratio, 4.3, by Linus Sandgren, who shot Damien Chazelle's recent films like La La Land, Babylon and my favorite, First Man. I think Linus Sandgren is having a great time playing with the colors, the composition and the blocking. The deep rooms of the stately home The exterior shots of the home and the faces and the portraits are suited very well to this ratio. 4:3 ratio also increases the sense of the claustrophobia, which I think is vital for several scenes. In conclusion, I think Saltburn is very interesting on several levels. It's fine, but I don't think I'll remember much of it in a year's time. Thank you for watching. I think Saltburn is interesting on a lot of levels, but I think in general it's just fine. I don't think I'll think too much about it in a year's time. But I'm looking forward to Fennell's next film.